will, as the history presents itself, and they are talking in their meeting, and they are determining that if this country says it wants to be independent, and it says it wants to be a democracy,
and a republic, and a voice for all people,
then let's make it so.
So here on Beacon Hill, this became a sort of a beacon for liberty in America.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, I've arrived in the neighbourhood of Brighton.
Oh my God, it's not changed. You know, you really think they'd have painted it in the last 20 years or so? There were 8 of us in 4 rooms. Not a 4-bedroom, 4-room flat, right? Sometimes 9, I was 10 towards the end, and I was 17 on the night that U2 played. And we slept on mattresses that we found dumped on the street. So we arrived up here. At one stage, my mattress was in heavy rotation. And I remember going in to change, and there was a guy lying there, and he rolled over, and around him was his shape in sweat. I've always wanted one of these. This is like the only way I'm ever going to get one of these.
Sorry, here. Hiya. Whoa. Sorry. I thought you were going without me.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Good to go. We are good to go.
Good. Sorry to keep
Glad
you.
you finally made it.
Yeah, sorry, we did say 4 o'clock, didn't we? Sorry about that.
That's, well, you know.
I got stuck in a Boston pub, you know what it is.
That was
Sorry, Chris, to interrupt. Can we get Dara up here? Because it's so nice to be out here, you know, rapping with the guys, and it's a nice view in Boston.
He's probably on his.
I bet he's probably in Charlie's cabin, isn't he? On the internet.
He might be in the bath.
Playing Angry Birds, that's what
What I'm not seeing is what boat we're on. I am not seeing Nirvana, which, as I recall, was really big. I presume we're in the same boat.
Dara?
We must be the first people here. That is a suspiciously ugly boat for a very pretty marina, though. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm very, very well. They do tend to do this to us. I came here expecting some really big luxury yacht.
You missed your boat.
Oh, really?
Left about a half an hour ago. Where you going?
I'm going to Plymouth.
Well, guess what? I'm going that way. You want
Can you
to
take me
ride
to
on
Plymouth? I would love that. That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, come on,
Have
boy.
they generally gone on ahead?
They already left.
There was a time in the show where you could curse, all right? And so it all got tidied up in the BBC.
Oh. To our particular course.
Doug, I love your work, but I just one interruption. Good news or bad news?
I'll have the bad news first.
Dara is not actually on board this boat.
This is some sort of punishment, isn't it? Griff is behind this, probably. Because I was all thrilled to be in Boston. Oh, I'm in Boston, where the Irish are. So they left. They left on their fancy, poncy boat.
What's the good news then? You phoned him and found out that he's on his way in some boat?
The good news is that Dara's not on board the boat.
Well, I'm on a real boat now, lads. Do you know what? This boat rams that boat. Only one boat is left. That's what I'm saying.
It's charming. Let's drink a toast to absent friends, to Dara O'Brien.
Dara Overy.
Whoever he is.
So I'm really looking forward to having this time, you know? Just time to find myself. And look, how lovely is this? How inviting is this? Let me just slide into bed. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay. I may be a little cramped in the morning, But no, this'll do. Nice lads and nice boat, yeah. I am declaring myself to be content. If they could just knock off the engine noises, then I could get some sleep. Perfect.
So we were all heading to Plymouth, some in more luxury than others.
Plymouth was founded by the Pilgrims who came over on the Mayflower in 1620. So it's known as America's hometown and the birthplace of New England.
Griff and I had arrived before Dara and gone straight to the Plymouth Plantation, a kind of living museum which recreates those early days down to the very last detail.
Rory and I had to fit in with the 1620s, which meant we had to fit in to period clothes. Head of shoehorns was Denise.
We costume about 62 interpreters, and that includes child volunteers and folks that go out to the schools and education programs.
Right, but the majority of them work in the museum, is it?
They do. They all
Yes.
do. Yes.
Do they work
Yes.
on the I'm going to say Mary Rose, but it's not the
No,
Mary Rose.
it's the
On the Mayflower.
Too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we costume them as well.
Say, even the Mayflower didn't have as difficult a disembarkation as this. Look at that, up the rusty ladder onto the falling apart. Where are they though? Kidding me. Dara, hope you had a lovely night. We're at the Plymouth Plantation. See you there.
Okay, Rory, so are you ready to be a 17th century pilgrim?
Now, are you wearing the actual costume that I'll be wearing?
I am not, however.
Okay.
I'm in the modern
What a shame, 'cause
dress.
I think that's a rather nice look.
Why,
I
thank
think
you.
it'll suit
Why,
me.
thank you. We'd like to start with you putting on a shirt, a 17th century linen shirt.
Okay, can I take this off? Yeah.
Yes, that would
Okay.
be great.
You
You
say
want to
that.
get it right?
Now, in
Tell you
actors, or what are they called?
You-
They're not called inactors.
They're
called
called interpreters.
But
You-
are they strictly forbidden to wear
Yes.
watches?
Do you need any help with those, or is that
That's very kind of you. I'll manage, thank
working
you.
out okay?
I've only just met you.
All right.
And they have to learn to speak in the way that somebody of that era would have
They
spoken.
do. We have several different dialects, depending on what area in England they were from.
I like it.
17th century clothing is pretty tight fitting and
And
tailored.
I assume that
And I'm going to give it a little tug back here, so there you go. You get a little more.
That's lovely.
You're a natural,
Why?
because it looks just terrific on you.
You know how to flatter a man.
Well, it's true.
Well, as instructed, I've come to the Plymouth Plantation, which is a recreation of what the Pilgrims would have found here in 1627. I presume there's a Pilgrim part of it. I'm very definitely in the Native American part of it.
It's actually what we would call a mashoon or mashunash.
Right?
Mashoon just means boat in our language, but traditionally you could have seen boats much larger than this one. In the time period, they do talk about boats that were easily 60 feet long, that would have been wide enough to hold 2 rows of 20 people.
But that's one tree, presumably.
Yes.
Yeah. Which Native American tribe is this?
We're Wampanoag. Wampanoag people have been living in this area for about 20,000 years.
And were Wampanoag the tribe who had that first interaction with the Pilgrims?
Yes.
You were the first to attend that very first Thanksgiving, am I
Yes.
right? It was like 80 Wampanoag sat down.
It was about 90 men.
Sat down with the first Thanksgiving. Importantly, so it's one tree. And so do you carve it out and then charcoal the middle of it, or?
Actually, it's all done with burning. And traditionally, you would see the fire the full length of the log burning around the clock 24 hours a day.
Okay, so why do this rather than just chiseling it out?
Well, the burning process not just hollows it, but it actually hardens the wood.
Yeah.
As well as it smoothens it and it waterproofs it. That's why you want to work with a very green tree.
Right, because there's sap in the tree?
Exactly, and all that sap will get pushed right to the outside, so all the pores will get sealed full of sap.
So how long would it have taken to make, like, one this size?
Well, for one this size, if we were burning 24 hours a day, have it done in about a week.
I couldn't get a ride in one of these, could I? Is there anything I can take it to?
Maybe later on.
Really? What's that?
We're actually going to be going to a clam bake later.
Nice. I've heard the word clambeck a lot. Is that also a native thing?
It is. It's more of like a cooking with food, but with seaweed.
Yeah.
Kind of like a form of steaming it almost, but it tastes really, really good.